Is this thing on, guys? I think, did I just leave my fucking mic off? Oh man, that's fucking embarrassing. God damn. I think so. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. That was a lot of annoying stuff that happened there. Hey guys, what the flip is up? So basically, I had a few people asking me if I could do a, well, that's because of noise suppression. Sorry, I can't hear my birds. You may be able to hear them in a minute. But basically, I had a few people who wanted to see a live stream, and I'd already thought about this because I needed to make blood effects that were not for, what do you call it? I needed to make blood effects that were more visible on a darker background because, as you guys know, the, what do you call them? Surkai minions, the decrepits, whatever. Their blood is rather dark. It's actually quite hard to see some of the blood effects on another dark background. So what I needed something that was a lot more visible. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Of course it's red, but that's how it is. Indeed, Teddy was my yellow budgie, my yellow bird. He was quite sick, where he threw up a lot, and we took him to the vet, and well, they weren't really sure what was wrong with him, but he's all good now. So that is very relieving, because birds like that, when they get sick, it's kind of spooky. But he's all fine now. So Mr. Gibb won't be here, unfortunately. It's quite late for him, and we both have to do something soon, so he's actually taking a nap, believe it or not. So I'll be able to stream for, let's say, an hour and 30 minutes, I think. Yeah, an hour and a half, I think that should be fine. So I'll be able to do that much, but then I'll have to leave. So I'll see if I can get this down, but no promises, I guess. I have no idea when Realm 6 will be out. It's I think making a deadline might be a stupid idea because it means I just have to rush the process. But yeah, it can definitely take quite a bit. I am working on it, of course. There's actually been quite good progress recently. I've been delving a little bit more into 3D because of our game Exilus. That we actually have a meeting about tomorrow. We're still in the concept phase of the whole thing, of course, so... but mostly I'm just dealing with a lot of technical problems, which really just get in the way a lot. It's mostly the problems that we're dealing with a lot now is like the technical issues, because there's a lot of information that doesn't exactly get pointed out when you work on these things. A lot of it's just like basic information that tells you like, well, this is how you make a model, and don't use n-gons, and get rid of clutter and all that fun stuff. And that's fine. But it's more so like why does this texture look like it was, I don't know, someone cut it off really badly with a dull scissor or something. And then you're sort of stuck with figuring out why you're an idiot for 2 hours until you then learn that you're just an idiot. So. Can you show how to make sprites? Because I don't know how to do it. Well, I can't do that today, but there's a lot of people in the Madness community who can help you. Typically, it's just you make a symbol, and then you draw inside that. It's that simple. It's a very basic feature in Flash. So let me quickly show you guys what I had here at the start. So basically what I'm doing right now is this thing here is the one I'm doing, like the big diamond shaped thing. I think I'll move on to this one afterwards, or maybe this one because it's smaller. But I'd like to work on the bigger parts first because everything else can move in comparison to the main, like big splotches, I guess you can call them. So here we have one of them. Let me again, I don't know if you guys saw it at the start, but here I have already made like a couple of them, which will appear in Realm 6. This is a new one I made just a few days ago. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think the one I'm making right now is a little bit different, with a fewer details, I'm not entirely sure. And I made this one as well. See it here a bit. I quite like it. It's pretty easy to sort of see it on a dark background, so that's exactly why I made them. So right now I'm just kind of screwing around here a bit, try to get an early result. You want to draw it by yourself with the Sprite? Yeah, of course you can. I just mean like people can help you understand how to do it. I don't think most people prefer other people to make their sprites unless it's like a frame effect, a frame by frame effect or something like that. I find it hardest to do it digitally than do it on a notebook or sheet of paper to Madness common sprites. Yeah, I mean if you're talking about like the way that it's easier to draw on paper, it's something you have to get used to with like a tablet. I don't know if you're even drawing on a tablet, but for me at least, it was kind of rough to of course go from drawing on paper to drawing on a pretty smooth tablet where you know, it has just like a different texture, and you're sort of leaning your hand and resting your body on a table differently. But I mean, it's a matter of getting used to it. You definitely don't want to stop you from doing stuff like this. And of course, you learn all the time. You never stop learning, so. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking a little bit back just to see like if the flow is correct, and it seems primarily okay. The good thing about these blood effects is I don't really need to care so much about like anything else in terms of like for example, if you're doing choreography, like fighting choreography, you have to keep in mind of like what's around the character who's fighting, like what objects are in the room, what's actually happening. And with this sort of stuff, you can just kind of go for it, unless of course the blood is specifically for the one specific thing. In which case, actually, was a scene in the Befouled where I made the blood specifically for one scene. It was when Augusto, he was the mask was put on his face when I think it was when his face was ripped off. That was when there was like some blood dripping down. It's like a really short effect, so it's nothing impressive, but you know, sometimes you want to do something custom. Kind of helps a little bit. There's a hole somewhere. I'm screwing around here. What am I doing? Oh, it's right there. There we go. Will you get Kelzad to get full potential with his charger? I think that's what you're asking. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna spoil anything of what's happening, of course, on screen, but it's definitely safe to say that that preview that that little GIF teaser thing I posted, a lot of the movie will look like this. It's something I've been preparing for a long time to finally get to. It's been something I've planned for since nearly the beginning to sort of like get to this part of the series. But of course, there's a lot of build-up that has to happen first, and it becomes more obvious over time as to why it was like that from the start. Of course, it's story-based. But this movie definitely will be a lot more visually, what do you call it? A lot more action-oriented than anything else I've made so far. It's probably too much almost. I think it's only the intro to the movie that has really any kind of dialogue. And then everything else will pretty much just be action, like no stopping practically. So it's it's pretty brain dead in that regard. But of course, there's a ton of ideas I have for it. I'm super excited to get to those parts. It's a super exciting movie. Why are you streaming? Go pay some bills. This is how I pay my bills, man. Come on. What am I gonna sell? My feet? I'm not gonna be silent for too long after saying that. Anyway, let's see. Oh, you still have contact with Crinkles? Yeah, I mean, I have contact, but I haven't talked to him in let me think. How long? I don't think I've spoken to... I mean, he sometimes appears on the GP Discord, just sort of out of nowhere. I have seen him, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago I last spoke to him. I don't really... I just mind my own business mostly. You have a lot of Realm originally planned. The core ideas were there, yes, but they're far more well defined now. There were a lot of course I was like 13 or 14 when I started the series, so there's only so much creativity you can put into something. My primary problem was the fact that so many of the things I made was so similar to the original series rather than just being more of like a cool spin-off or a sort of, what do you call it? It was a bit hard to take on my own identity. For example, like the floating island stuff, I still remember being criticized, put under a lot of scrutiny for making it look so much like the original series, even though I came up with the idea before it was posted. And that comes from, fragment ideas from, say, something like World of Warcraft that I played so much when I was a kid. I still do. The classic version, of course. Just look up the zone from World of Warcraft called Netherstorm, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That was one of the primary examples. It wasn't actually Madness that did that at first. But of course, when I saw Crinkles draw the actual like floating platforms and rocks and whatnot, I was like, you know what? He draws it better than I do, so I might as well just like make it look somewhat similar. And yeah, that probably wasn't the best idea, but again, I didn't really think about it so hard. So anyway, let me try and move a little bit forward with this. But yeah, sorry, to answer your question, a lot of stuff was planned. Of course, there's a lot of other ideas that come up in the midst of creating something. But I think now I'm a lot more prepared. To me, it's fun now to sort of to write down the ideas and make concept art, and I'm really excited to show off some of the concept art at some point in the future. I think the Patreons will see it first. Patrons. I'm not really sure how you say it. I think the patrons will see it first sometime, I don't know, soon maybe. I'll probably post a few of them there. It's mostly like environments, possibly a new anime design, because there is a lot going on for this movie. I don't even know how I'm going to be able to condense all the ideas into one movie. It's going to be really difficult. So I'm trying to conserve my ideas a little bit and stretch out the ones that I currently have to make as much use of them as possible. But so far it looks pretty fucking cool. It's definitely a different workflow. First time seeing you live. Hey man, what's up? What are you doing for months and not uploading anything at all? Well, what I'm not doing is I'm working on this stuff because this stuff takes a long time. And I was kind of, what do you call it? There's a lot of IRL stuff going on that sort of stopped me from being able to work properly. Like what I said earlier, my birds were sick. I said that only Teddy was sick, but my other bird, Milo, was also very sick for, it was just a day or two. So it kind of worries you. And there's other stuff going on too, but listen, I'm doing quite good. And progress is going good. I'm getting something done every day. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know why Flash does that sometimes. It just like deletes stuff. God, it's so fucking hot. I'm gonna turn on a fan. There we go. Don't know if you guys could hear it. I don't think so. Hey, I have a question for you, YouTube man. I'm so huge fan of Men's Combat, and I've seen one of your videos. And when will the other videos come out? If it's called Realm? Yeah. I mean, I'm working on Realm 6 right now. I mean, what you're seeing now is it's an asset to Realm 6. So there you go. Alright, let's see if I can speed this up a tiny bit. Typically what I do when I make these streams is when I've made a sprite, like for example I made the weapons back in March on stream, and what I do is I basically look at it again and I fix it after the stream. I think the previous stream was not the greatest sprite I've done, so I kind of went back and I sort of fixed it a bit. It definitely looks better now. I would show it, but I would show the sprite now here on stream, but I don't want to accidentally go over a bunch of other spoiler stuff, because all of it's in like one big fat sprite sheet. Lines are quite rough right now because I'm focusing a lot on doing this fast. See if I can't speed this up a bit. There we go. Yes, I am aware that this blood looks a little bit more like the flame effect stuff. And mostly why it looks like this is just so it's easy to see. I do like making blood as well, where it's more like big drops falling down. But today it will be like this. I'm actually not sure if anyone would want to try to trace them or something like that from the movies. Like the Befaled, because the Befaled had I think there's only a couple times I used Kriegels's blood, I think. Only a couple. But other than that, I made all of them for the movie. And of course now for Realm 6. But for Realm 6 I'm going to try to make some new ones. Boop, 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 boop. No women in Nevada. In real life as well. Alright, I think that's... Okay, this needs to disappear a little bit faster, I realized. I'm staggering my progress here. I'm gonna try and remove it a little bit more. There we go. I think that's how we do it. Alright, there we go. Let's see here. Will Kelzad beat Sokar? Well, wouldn't that be spoiling? Because I have an important question. Are females exist in Nevada? Because I'm sick of seeing Sanford shipped with Daimos or Hanks with 2B. Sanford is shipped with Daimos in Madness? I didn't know that. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's perfect. He will gonna beat him on it after all. And by it. When will it come out? Sometime in the next century, I think. If we're lucky. I don't know when it's gonna be out. I think saying anything is probably a bad idea. To me, I mean, of course, to you guys, it feels to you who are waiting a long time. It feels like a long time, but to me, of course, it's like I don't know. The days kind of go by fast. It's one of the reasons that this stuff is doable in the first place. Because I mean, if every day had to feel like it was dragging on, I wouldn't be doing this, obviously. Because sometimes like 3 hours could go by in like seconds. It's almost like time traveling. go. Also, I hope you don't. You can't hear my fan. It's really hot here in Denmark at the moment. It's actually today it's okay, but it's okay today. Normally it's like really fucking humid and stinky and poopy, but right now it is okay. Which is actually surprising because it's supposed to be really hot. And now it's just me who's hot. I forgot how good Sentry's songs are in this. Alright, let me try and speed this thing up a little bit. Let's see how it actually looks so far. Actually, it might be too slow right here, to be honest. Let me shave off a little bit more. Oh, hey, greater sister, what's up? I should almost make you mod on this live stream chat. But I don't think we're gonna have any naughty boys. Ho ho ho, have you been a cheeky boy this year? God, what the fuck? It does this thing where it like thinks I'm trying to erase something, but it actually just adds to it. Thank you, Adobe. There we go. I think that's probably a bit better. Yeah, there we go. Okay. You're at work? Ah, okay. All the kids are asleep. Is that why I only have 5 viewers? You need to wake them up and give them a phone each or an iPad each so they can all watch me say a lot of very, very bad tier 3 swear words. They'll even start crying. There we go. Okay, I think I'm getting closer to a result. This little thing here. But yeah, this is basically what the process looks like. It's just a bunch of like, it's just a kind of like a big blob that you kind of just move across the screen and then it disappears slowly. I think that should be okay. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Yippee, sticky and poopy. I'm eating yogurt and blueberries. Well, I hope, I don't know. I just hope. Kelzad making out with Sokar when? Right now. On stream. Give this blood splatter angry googly eyes and a crocodile buddy. Hold on, let me see here. That's as good as it's gonna get. That's so much blood. Yes, it is a lot of blood. And there's more to come. They're all gonna bleed. Alright, this thing is nearly done, I think. If I only didn't suck so much at drawing, this would be a lot better. Where the flip is the hole? I can't even see it. Am I blind? Where is it? Chat, where is it? I cannot see this for the life of me. What's happening right now? I may be a little stupid. Where the flip is this? Okay, I'm gonna have to do the emergency thingy here. I'm not sure where there was a hole in the I'll read your comments in a second. I'm just gonna quickly do this here. There we go. I've actually recently animated lightning effect as well, as you probably could see from the preview thing, and it's fun. It's fun doing those. It also takes just a lot of time, really. It's very, very time consuming because you have to keep track of every individual little little particle that appears. Alright, now I think I can read it. Let's see here. What a cutie patootie face. Yes, it is. Did you say ketchup? No. Because if you were the leader of the group, who would you choose between Sanford, Dimos, or Hank? Of the group? I mean, definitely Hank. I wouldn't trust Hank with my life, though. Necessarily. So I don't know, maybe Sanford. I have a question for you, the one working. That's crazy work, bro. What will happen to Dr. Man, who was working up heaven, if you know what I mean? I don't know. Who is the Dr. Man working up heaven? Do you mean Salamdar? Well, I mean, if I told you, it'd be a spoiler, wouldn't it? Well, will a new Realm series video be released? Sometime next millennium. Oh, because it's Kelzad time, Kelzad all over the place. It's true. It's exactly what I did. I've run out of hearts to spam. You're the one who's spamming it. Of course. Alright, let me make sure I don't screw myself over here. Okay, that's working out decently. Let me try and see if I can finish this up. But yeah, the good news is the progress on this thing has actually gone quite well. I'm just dabbling between a few other things at the same time. So, shit takes time, of course. But, you know, it's going. I like to sort of, I've just accepted to adopt the idea of just working on whatever I feel like working on, because if I force myself to do something I'm not really up for, I just kind of like, I feel like I'm just sort of failing it instead of just naturally falling into the, because you kind of have to enjoy what you're doing, right? In order to sort of work on something that you're proud of, especially something like this, you need to have some energy to do that. So, all right, so now we're gonna split this thing here. Not sure why the lines are getting so rough. Maybe I just suck at drawing. Well, that would make a lot of sense. There we are. Kelzad versus Kelzad in rock monster form. I've actually had a few questions about that. Like, they would love to see like a version of Realm where Kelzad did accept Sokar's offer, and it is a really interesting thing to think about. But as well, it's sort of like cheating a little bit, because of course Sokar, I think, would win. It's not really so much stopping him necessarily. I mean, besides from him, but it would be interesting, at least from a thematic standpoint. But it's not really something I think it's kind of missing the point a little bit, because it's about, you know, redemption and staying adversarial to evil. Of course, it would be a cool character, but I'm personally not very interested in it. It's more like a avoid at all cost type of thing. Which is why he said no. Well, he didn't say no, but he gestured it, I guess. Alright, there we go. Let me... Typically what I do here at the end is I just focus on one particle effect. There we go. Not sure why the lines are getting so squiggly. It's kind of funny. But if I left a setting off or something. I don't think so. Let's see here. I'm so bad at art I couldn't draw a stick figure. Well, that's all of us at some point in time, isn't it? Are we going to see a huge battle between those rock monsters and the agency? Well, I mean, you kind of saw something in the Befeld, and I'm sure it'll come up again. Right now it's a little different. When did you first meet Crinkles? I think it was in 2015. Damn, that's a long fucking time ago now. I just spoke with him quite a bit back then. I used to speak to him a lot more back then, but not so much nowadays. Let me really quickly just get this. Right. How do you insult someone in Sokar's language? I've actually had this question asked a few times. And I think actually Raktaselm said himself how he he yelled out serpent, and he said, you know, fools. And I think the words for that was, I think serpent was anta, A-N-T-E-R, anta, and I think fool was krivirus, as far as I remember. Fools as in plural. So that's the only insult I have so far. Oh, and parasite, which is, what was that again? I think it's patalos. But it's not really much of an insult. It's not exactly like there's a Neanderthal slur or something. Unfortunately. What a sad day. Alright, let me wrap this up here. There we go, I think that's nearly it. Let's see here. What if we make animated feet before with the same process of blood effects? It would be much easier. We could just drag and drop it on each frame and the feet is already animated, which takes less time. Yeah, but I think I know what you mean. The problem is it doesn't look as good. I mean, that's, to me at least, quality is far more over quantity. I would much rather spend a lot of time working on one really cool looking thing than just to cheapen the effect by making it you know, simpler. I mean, there are ways you can manipulate the frame by frame effects to make them look better, definitely, and there are little tricks animation wise you could do to you can do to make it look better, to make it more animated or something, but typically adhere to the idea of just doing it properly. And of course, reusing the assets quite a few times. I mean, that's the reason you can reuse them, right? Because they look so good. Alright, there we go. That looks pretty good. Of course, we're not done yet. I'd say that's pretty good. I'm gonna make a few changes to it just so that it has a little bit more going for it. There we go. Oops, that's a bit big. And let me actually animate this a little bit more. There we go. What are your thoughts on the Epoch? Well, I haven't used it yet because I haven't bought it because I'm a poor bastard. I'm assuming you're talking about the weapon from Helldivers. Can Kelzad fire a big green laser out of his screen? Yes, of course you can. I think it's poop and needs to have a better blast radius. Well, I need to see that. When Sonic Madness character like Omega enter realm and it will be... You wish. I stepped on a Lego brick. What should my reaction be? You need to fall down on the ground and start screaming as loud as you possibly can. It's the only reasonable reaction to have. My foot! Mommy, I have stepped on a Lego. Just give my mom a deadpan stare. Alright, let's continue before before you guys fall asleep. So let's do this. Set the turbo song. I don't know if you guys could hear it that well. If you jump into a meat grinder, you probably will die. I haven't actually watched Germa much. I've just seen like clip highlights and whatnot. It's not really, again, like I said before, I'm not really a stream watcher kind of person. I don't have that kind of patience, I don't think. Destroyed my lunch. Ready for a nap? Well, I hope you sleep well. I'll let you use my epoch. Thank you very much. Who will win? A golem which can crush anything, or a grunt with a spaz 12? Spaz 12, there you go. Kelzad PayPal me $25 for Pain Express. Sorry man, I don't have any money left. I'm so dark and twisted, I'm a psychopath. And then their bedtime is 7 PM. It's true. I am him. Guys, I'm so dark and twisted. My mom still makes me ice cream. Okay, I'm really stuck here on the first frame here, as you can probably tell. There we go. Let's see if I can do anything with this. Do. Alright, so I want this one to sort of spread out a bit. Don't know if that's too quick maybe. Yeah, that's a little too fast. I don't know if I'm screwing this up or whatever. I think I might be. See, this is what happens when you suck. You just do it over and over again until you get it right. You can convince your audience you're really smart. That was such a cool effect. I bet he did it in one go. Me. As fuck. Do not ignore my message, Kelzad. Your rent will raise if you won't give my Malbro. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Are you my landlord, perhaps? Are you my flippin' landlord? If I had a landlord, if they watched my stream, that would be crazy. It's like, you need to pay me rent and you're doing this. I'd be like, hell yeah. How do you think I pay the bill? Alright, there we go. I think I'm gonna have one of this tail fly off, so I could just start from here instead. There we go. Damas, in fact, is a name. Yes, it is. I agree with it. We all love madness because we're all psychopaths who like blood. Well, it's just you, buddy. I'm so dark, guys. My past is so dark. I'm so dark and fucking evil. It's like those videos with like 13-year-olds that like unironically say that they understood dark psychology when I was growing up. When I was little, I understood dark psychology. That's me. That's actually me. I don't know if you know this, but I'm like actually really evil. And fucked up. I've met a few Sanfords in my lifetime. Well, I'm not from there, so I wouldn't know. I'm sure you're right, though. Okay. Just want to point out, I have like 20 minutes left. I'm sorry if I'm taking goddamn forever. This is what it takes, unfortunately. So let me see if I can probably do this before it's too late. I think I might be able to. Oh shit. There we go. There's a hole in this drawing somewhere, I can't fill it in. What the fuck is going on? Where's the hole? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Okay. But yeah, basically these effects right here have like a sort of like a, I would almost call like a bubbly look to them in a way. Kind of like how water sort of disappears. I don't know if you ever like notice that when you're like washing your hands or something. If you look at the water itself when it like lands on the on like the sink, you can and it's like the last layer of water. You can sort of like see how it sort of dissipates. That's been quite a huge inspiration actually for the last few things I've made. It's very hard to do though if you don't know what you're doing. I'm screwing around here. What is going on? There's another hole. There it is. Alright, let's see. What do you guys say? You don't want to see my dark side. Me when I had the Mexican cartel. You guys are all bike? You guys are all bike. Yep, that's how the quote goes. There are plenty of Indonesian madness animations. Animators. There are? Okay. What is this kind of comedy romance on this chat? I don't know. You tell me. I don't have any control over what happens. Jarvis, post that one growing up me with a baby face on the left and there's a preschool on the right. It's true. Man, I keep leaving fucking gaps in this thing. Where the fuck? I'm legally blind. Where is this? Oh my... It's like actually like a quarter of a pixel wide. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Let us finish this up before I lose time, because I want to finish this while you guys are watching this. I was thinking actually of doing like a time lapse or something maybe, but I feel like it's a little lame maybe. And I know that people are just like, where's row 6? Like they just don't care about the other content. They just want to see the episode. So I don't know if that's like a smart idea or whatever. I don't know what you guys think. There we go. Okay, I can actually split it right here, to be fair. There we go. Oops. Wrong button. I was making a shape tween. Oh, not a shape tween, a shape from the drawn brush. That was not very smart. I wonder if that's actually somewhere in my sprite somewhere, and I'm just not aware. For those who know Flash. If I have accidentally left like a shape somewhere within a symbol or a sprite or whatever. I'd like to imagine I did. But considering how thorough I've been with my resources, I don't think so. Okay. Okay, let me finish up these. Then do this. And that's how you do it, folks. I'll do the same over here. I did get a few questions actually in regards to the Visage of Perdition sprite from a few other people. And someone was asking me like how long it took for me to make it. The funny thing is I actually don't know. I don't even vaguely remember like how the process was. What I do remember from making it was like figuring out the design, and I'm actually surprised how good the design was. I typically am not the greatest ever at designs, but when it came to that one, I'm actually quite happy with it. I'm gonna guess, I mean, basically the way that this stuff goes for me typically is like I spend 1 billion hours drawing something until it works. So that's basically how that came to me, really. we go. Okay, I think I'm a little bit out of time here, which is a little disappointing, unfortunately. Mostly for you guys, of course, but yeah. I love your work. I watched 3 days ago when the first part series was launched with my friends in the school. Well, I hope they liked it. I feel like it's always pretty hard to show friends something like Madness Combat. It's something you kind of have to like stumble upon and sort of look into yourself. It's not really something you can just like show to someone and be like, well, this looks cool. It's something you kind of take your time with. Okay, there we go. I think that might have to do it for me. Let me really quickly see this. I mean, yeah, for a smaller blood effect, this is okay. I'll need to change a couple of things. Like there's a little bit of a weird inconsistency going on. Yeah, it looks okay. I think it looks alright. I like the top part the better. And I need to add a few more particle effects to it as well, just so it has a bit more going for it. But yeah, I think this is okay. It's something for a bit smaller, which looks fine. Okay, let me spend the last 3 minutes or so on reading what you guys said. I'll just put this on loop actually, so you guys can just see it. There we go. Let's see this first. There we go. Right, let me read what this is. Domain expansion, Malevolent Shrine. I don't actually even know what domain expansion is. I've heard the term in so many memes and stuff, but I actually don't know what it is. See, fire is hot and cool is a way to describe temperature. I guess. Oh, get it? Uncool. Yeah, I get it. Because your name is Flame Overseer, and you're not cool, you're actually pretty hot. You had water play today with fun goo water and sand. That sounds like a recipe for chaos. Referring to yourself in third person is crazy. It's pretty funny. Let me scroll up here a bit. Let's see what you guys said. So unless it's more so something for after stream's done, I don't know. Yeah, no, of course. I mean, like a video I would post on the GP channel, like sometime after. The problem is I don't have enough to show. I don't think there's a lot of like little fragmented parts. So I'm not really sure if I have like anything particularly good. Do you know how Ruhan asks, do you know why did you like Madness and start animation? I mean, I watched Madness when I was around 6-7 years old, back in 2006, I think. So I was that was like my first exposure to Madness, but as a whole with animation, I guess it really was just because I wanted to tell a story. It wasn't particularly because of madness. I just happened to fall under this category a little bit. So, who will win, a set grunt or a grunt with a pocket knife? Set grunt, I think. It was God's will that Kelzad timed the stream perfectly when we're putting the kiddos to sleep. Amazing. Like I said before, that's why I only have 2 viewers. I've looked at the GP website. Why did you guys get the idea to also become a dev team? Oh, why we decided to become a dev team? Well, it's because we kind of had the idea for the game anyway. Or I did anyway, and then it sort of evolved into what it is now. It used to be an idea for the 100k collab used to be the game and the idea, but now we sort of moved away from the 100k collab and turned that into the game instead. So, and because of that, we just decided to become like a proper team, I guess. It was much easier than just to be a scattered group, or more like an actual combined thing now. Let's see here. Imagine instead of the men's one dancing grunt, there would be a Punjabi grunt doing whatever that means. I don't know. Whereas Exilus is currently being developed. I worked on it yesterday, actually. So, yeah, no. Overall, progress is going good, and we are working on this stuff. I don't know if I'll be doing any more live streams soon. I think you can not count on it unless I get more ideas to do this. But I prefer to do these things in my own peace and quiet, I guess. Well, it's not so quiet. I typically blast music, but whatever. I'll continue to add something to this, I think. I don't know if I'll do these animation streams again for a while. We'll see. If I feel like it, maybe, but don't count on it. Okay, guys, I need to head off. I need to be somewhere in 10 minutes. So I will see you goobers. It was nice to do this little thing here. Yeah, again, might do this, might not. And again, let me show you guys really quickly just what these other ones look like. So you can tell this is more or less the direction I'm going for with some of the newer blood sprites. It's a bit more of a effect that just sort of appears and disappears. I can actually see there's a few things I need to add to this one, but yeah, no, I quite like it. Okay, well, take care, guys. It was fun, and I'll see you.